Yo, this is Deontay the Bronx Bummer Wild, the WBC heavyweight champion of the world. And I'd like to give a big shout out to CJ Goodfellow, Sports TV. Bomb Squad, baby.
All right, man. So Eddie Hearn is saying that there are some, and Malik Scott, Wilder trainer, saying there are negotiations to host Usyk versus Fury and Deontay Wilder, Anthony Joshua on the same night in Saudi Arabia. $400 million is, the estimated purses or the estimated money for the event. Let's talk about it. Check out the Boxing Room playlist. Check out the Boxing News playlist. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. So yeah, I mean, very interesting. Malik Scott did an interview that posted on Boxing, said the ball's in Anthony Joshua court, said he wanted, Wilder wanted. Wilder holds tight, team wanted. Is to say the ball's in AJ court. Eddie Hearn said that don't rule out AJ fighting in July, but he's going over to talk to the people in Saudi Arabia about AJ fighting in December. Could be versus Tyson Fury, could be versus Deontay Wilder. He said on IFL TV it was talks of somewhat of a having both fights on the same night. Fury and Usyk and Wilder and AJ in Saudi Arabia. And then there's been some talk about a potential tournament possibly or something like that. So how I feel about it is sound like it's far-fetched for now. Sound like they got a lot of work to do. Eddie Hearn said that is the priority. They'll revisit July if they have to. And he going to chop it up about numbers in the event. But then you sit there and you put three major promoters together. Eddie Hearn, Frank Warren and Bob is one, and Al Heyman. So I'm pretty sure all the money together, they just paid by Al Heyman to step aside, and Eddie Hearn probably gonna run the event because he got the relationships over there. So that's how I see it happening. Al gonna get a chunk. They're gonna pay Al a chunk. We stay out the way. They're gonna probably pay Bob and Frank Warren to play a chunk, and it's gonna be Eddie Hearn gonna run the show because he's familiar with the stuff. So I mean, it's enough money. AJ get in the ring. I mean, it was another fight. Talked about Crawford and Spence. It's past his expiration date. Should have happened. At this point, I don't care if it happened. They are both on the same trajectory on their side of the career. And if Deontay Wilder gonna wait what? Hold on. A year and 2 months to come back around that. I mean, hey, may make it a little bit more competitive. But yeah, it's a travesty that you couldn't get that fight in America. I mean, it's a travesty that they do Fury and AJ, and it's in the Middle East and not in the UK. But that's just telling you what everybody been telling you all along. They just don't have the financial resources or the money, with all the laws in place over there to make that fight happen over there. It's a travesty if it, don't happen in front of those fans. But nonetheless, I mean, shit, we'll see. Bob Arum said something similar, said that the Saudis want to do the fight later this year, and that's why they gonna sit there and wait. So we'll see, man. Getting 4 major heavyweights on the same card. Egos being checked with Fury and Wilder and AJ being the undercard, but enough money to make anybody do anything. So like I said before, I think it's a fight. First and foremost, the Wilder and AJ fight can go either way. We haven't seen Deontay Wilder take a real punch since them 3 fights, since that 3rd fight with Tyson Fury. Like I said about AJ performance with Derrick James or whatever, he got his nuts busted by Jermaine Franklin, but we ain't seen Wilder hit. And quite frankly, we ain't seen Tyson Fury really hit. Dillian White wasn't no challenge. We fought Cesaro and Dillian White or something like that. That wasn't no real challenge. So, when you start talking about not seeing these dudes get hit, we got to see what they are when they actually get hit. So, I favor Deontay Wilder, but not as heavily as I once did, because he took a lot of ass whooping versus Tyson Fury. And, Anthony Joshua got the ability to put Deontay Wilder down if Deontay Wilder punch threshold is gone. His punch resistance is gone. Now, if Deontay Wilder's still that same dog that was in the trilogy, I think Anthony Joshua in trouble. I think Anthony Joshua in real trouble. If he could take the punch that he could still take a punch. We know he got the heart. If he still could take a punch and keep ticking, I favor him 80, 75, 25. Yeah, I heavily favor him. You know, I have really favored him. So, but you know, it's a question. You know, but Anthony Joshua got a good uppercut. Anthony Joshua got good hand speed. You know, Deontay Wilder conditioning ain't all that great, just like Anthony Joshua. The difference is between their conditioning is that Deontay Wilder is just a dog. He just can dig down deep and reach and get something that other fighters can't, that Anthony Joshua can't get. What keep him ticking is he got heart. You know, and it was, to me, it was an issue when, you know, Breland revealed that he didn't run. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, you unconventional. You should be doing as much. He unconventional. One of the major, obviously the major, only really major reason why he came to the game later. Now, Sergio Martinez was unconventional, but he did a lot of cycling to mimic his conditioning. You know, so cycling, you know, and he had great conditioning, by the way. So the cycling did translate. Wilder wanted to do sprints, and that's for basketball players. Sprints are for basketball players. When you're sprinting back and forth, taking a break, it measures the intervals of a basketball game. That's why you don't really see basketball players run distance. Now, using high school, you had to run cross country, play football, whatever, or they try to tell you to run cross country to get in shape or whatever it was. You know, just something to, you know, keep y'all get you ready for, you know, basketball season. But sprinting is better for basketball. You know, and kind of for football. You know, football, you don't really need to. You know, unless you're a receiver, running back, then you kind of want to sprint in. You want to have a nice balance of sprinting and long distance conditioning. You know what I'm saying? Even though you get a break, but you kind of want to be a skill position, cornerback, stuff like that. Linebacker going sideline to sideline. Kind of want to have that conditioning. American football, by the way. But yeah, you know, Wilder could just dig down somewhere. You know, and Anthony Joshua, his condition, he trying to learn how to pace himself, but he got just too much muscle on him. Too much muscle, and I think he feel lesser. He feel more vulnerable without the muscle, and I think that's his issue. He feel more vulnerable without it, and you know, he moved a lot better when he fought Andy Ruiz in a rematch without it. You know, but then again, he probably don't believe in his ability to take a shot. So I favor Wilder. Wilder can still take a shot. I heavily favor him in that fight. But if, you know, it's kind of, it's who catch who first, it'd be interesting. Very interesting. But once again, it's like, you know, it's like old meat in the back of the refrigerator, bro. Starts stinking and smelling, bro. It should have been happening. And boxing want to continue. And then they can say, well, you know, it worked out for us. We got way more money than we would have got if we made it a few years ago. But Deontay Wilder, he'd rather had the money, but Deontay Wilder didn't never get to unify. He'd have been undisputed fucking champion 3-4 years ago. Now, you being undisputed champion, you probably would have made that money by now. Maybe not in one fight or one night, but you would have made what you would have been getting. You would have made it. But, you know, obviously we know about Fury and Usyk. I think you hear Roy Jones say nobody wants to see the fight. You heard him say that. You know, because, you know, it's not knockout or whatever. I think AJ and Wilder is more in demand in that fight. It'd be interesting if AJ and Wilder was the main event and Fury and Usyk was a co-feature. And I wouldn't be surprised because Anthony Joshua is the key to the Middle East. They like the relationship with Joshua. They don't have a relationship with Fury. They don't have a relationship with Usyk. They don't have a relationship with Wilder. And also, it's the more scintillating fight. So you might see a situation where Wilder and AJ might be the main event. So I think from a, you know, action standpoint of view, they should be the main event. It's a better fight, even though they passed their prime. I think on paper it'll be a more fan-friendly fight. It's kind of like I was in Detroit. I was with a fight, and the co-feature came on. Everybody came to see the co-feature. When the co-feature went off, and Jermaine Franklin came on the fight, everybody left. funny night though. Everybody left after Darnell Van Horn and Runford Hotboy Harris fought, and then when they left, that was the event right there. They was a co-feature, but that was the event. But you know, they do a tournament style. That'd be interesting. You know, I don't really see Wilder and Fury 4 again. And for Wilder health, I don't know why the fuck would he think about doing that again, but he a warrior. Usyk and Wilder be interesting. If Usyk can defuse Wilder, man, I think he earned a spot as maybe right there as a top 10 heavyweight. I can't really say he greater than Holyfield though, but it's interesting. You know, I put him over Lennox born as Lewis. Hell yeah, Lennox Lewis was born as hell. I put him over old Lennox Lewis. No offense, but he was. But yeah, he'd be up there, bro. He'd be somewhere, you know, maybe 15 and 10 range. He could defuse Wilder, bro. I mean, that's the best stamp you can get. I know he'd rather, you know, for the patriot, he'd rather have that in America and get celebrated. But shit, if Saudi Arabia gonna pony up that type of money, shit, the NBA Finals might be in Saudi Arabia. If y'all, by the time you blink and open your eyes, and NBA Finals to Super Bowl might be in Saudi Arabia, the type of money they throwing around. So we'll see. But obviously it's in the developmental stages. They're a long way away. Eddie said he's going to break bread to talk about it. I think he said this week or next week. So like I said before, you probably won't hear nothing if anything materializes or don't materialize for a couple weeks. Paperwork got to come in, money got to go in. Al got to get his money. Bob and Eddie got to, they got to figure it all out and how this gonna run. So but yeah, let me know what you girls and guys think. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, the subscribe button, it's the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance to get notifications. We go live or drop video. Financially want to support the channel, Cash App $CJGood313, Venmo CJGood313, PayPal link in the description. Hit the link tree, find me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, the whole nine. Appreciate the love and support. Peace.